Hello, this is Damien Yardba coming to you not live but alive from Inverness. It's been a long time. I'm mainly making this for my friends, most of whom I haven't spoken to for over a year. You might be wondering where I've been. Which is why I'm doing a whole thing here. The church just is good lighting. Might go for a walk and explain what's going on. This holiday has just been a sort of tour around Scotland that I've been doing to give myself a break from setting up my next steps after a year of recovery. In 2023, I had a psychotic episode, and I was hospitalised very briefly before I was taken back to my family home in Devon, where I've been ever since. I was here after university as well. I was in London for uni, and so going back to Devon, which was very rural, certainly a big change for me, not one that was all too welcome. I'm a city lad at heart, and I always thought that after uni I'd be going into something more university related. I had PhD plans, I was going to go out to Australia, but hey, pandemic happened. I graduated during the pandemic, and so I didn't go anywhere. Okay, I think the fire engine's gone now. There's two of them! Alright, well. Don't worry, I'm going to cut things. I spent 2 years feeling very trapped in Devon, did a lot of jobs I didn't enjoy, and 1 month, when I'd saved up enough money, I just left. I travelled around Europe on my own for about 2 months, and I moved to London with £4,000 in my bank account, with the intention of starting off my entire life, of restarting things myself, getting a job, going back to university, doing a second master's degree or doing a PhD, probably a PhD, and it didn't work out. It really didn't work out. I did get everything I planned to get. I achieved my objectives. Yeah, I was living in Enfield, working a night shift job, and then I was able to visit my friends, which have been nice because I hadn't seen them since the pandemic, which for me felt like it lasted a lot longer, because when everyone else was getting back into the world, I was still in Devon and cut off from a lot of the friends I'd made in London. So it meant a lot to me to be back in London, to be trying to set up my life again. Unfortunately, that night shift job caused me to have a psychotic break, or I prefer the term episode, and piecing my way around it, because it's going to be demonetized if I jump the gun, but I think YouTube has a policy where if they don't hear anything too spicy early on, you get past the censors. I think we're there now. So yeah, I nearly attempted suicide. I had a plan. I ended up hospitalised because I admitted to, that, because whilst I wanted to do it, I was given an option out, and I took it. So I ended up in hospital, and then my parents got me and took me back down to my family home in Devon. Probably bipolar, but I don't have any hard answers for what happened. I could go the easy route and say it was caused by sleep deprivation. Night shift job plus crazy landlady who was speaking in tongues for hours at a time during the day. I stopped sleeping entirely for the whole of March that year. I slept an hour a night every single night, well, day. It's not surprising that I lost touch with reality, but I think the scale of what happened and the fact that I've had a number of moments of I've had a lot of moments in my life of very energetic, heavily goal-orientated thinking, which I can only really describe as hypermania. Not full-blown mania, but a few days where it feels like the world in front of me parts like the Red Sea, and there is one path that I have to go down, and nothing else matters. And so I have to run straight forwards. But often that meant running straight into a brick wall. Crossing the bridge now, which means better acoustics because no cars going past, just the water underneath. Anyway, I spent 2024 in recovery, trying different medications. I was on the waiting list for a very long time for therapy, but eventually, we got to 2025 and I'm done recovering. There's no point being always in recovery, and whilst I am in therapy, whilst I have remaining symptoms, PTSD basically, which largely manifests through obsessive compulsive disorder. I need to sort of rehearse a few elements of what happened, talk to myself about it, write it down. And yeah, it's obsessive because it's called obsessive compulsive disorder, and I've had it most of my life. I recognise I've always talked to myself, always rehearsed conversations, always gone over arguments after I've had them, but the episode hijacked that. That's the best way I can put it, without going into more detail than I need to. Well, that bridge was bouncy. Now off the bridge. Great, love being off the bouncy bridge. Okay, now what? Question. Do I want to do a PhD? Yes, absolutely. Am I anywhere near doing it? No. It's been 4 years since I've been in a university setting, and yeah, getting back into academia is not easy. I'm going to be more of an amateur linguist. That was my master's degree as well as my bachelor's, so it is something that I'll be doing. I have ideas largely focusing on South African linguistic nationalism, politics of the fact South Africa has 11 official languages, and I also want to look at refugee issues, genocide studies, the history of colonialism, and gender issues. Lots of cheerful topics. But these are all things that are going to take a long time to see to fruition. Hate that phrase. But there are things I can do in the short term. I've been teaching myself music production over the last 4 months, really. And I'm not great. I've got the basics down. Learning the hotkeys of Ableton, for example, really helped. But I'm at a place now where I've decided I'm not going to make any more new music. I was trying to get away from the seagulls, and I found this place, and it might be the most beautiful part of the country I've ever been to. So, big river going through the middle of Inverness. I don't know its name. I will find out its name. I will discover name. And as you can see, also a little channel of it down here. You probably can't see. The camera doesn't really pick up a lot of things in shadow, but I can describe what it looks like. It's like glass, you know, rippled glass. You might get in a bathroom, pitch black, just shimmering off. The sound is wonderful. Absolutely love the sound. And this is just like a long walk in Inverness you can do, just following the river. Eventually you get to this wonderful place. Rapids! And this is, I mean, there was another place a bit further up where there's no lights at all, and the river's really loud, but there's nothing else you can hear, and there's no people. Of course, I'm walking here at night, so there's no one around. I'm sure it looks spectacular during the day, but finding this place has made this whole trip worth it. Feels like this was the thing I came up here to see. I didn't know it was here, but it turned out to be a really nice mental health walk. Anyway, if you have ever felt like me after university, or really any point in your life, but hey, look, I met most of you guys at university, so if you've ever felt like I have, isolated or feeling like you're maybe trapped, maybe just going in the wrong direction, not doing what you felt like you were supposed to have been doing, maybe you never achieved any of your plans, maybe you achieved completely different things, maybe you did achieve some of your plans, you did do exactly what you set out to do, but it ended up not being all you thought it would be. Or if you simply remember me and you want to have a good time making music, or really bringing any artistic project to life, because that's really what I want to do. I want to help people bring their project to life. Yeah, I will make no secret that I want to make an album about what happened to me and a lot of my thoughts on life and death, and you know, living in between and finding, I guess, your purpose. The empty string is what I'm calling it. It was either going to be that or Prelude 2, which might be. A lot of it is in very much planning stages, and considering that I don't have a musical background other than the didgeridoo and learning music production around Ableton, I could do with people with more experience, particularly experience with instruments. But even if you don't have that, if you've connected to anything I've said, feel free to reach out. Hopefully one day I can say, join us, because I think join us would be a good a good motto for the band. It'd be quite good if NulZuid just expands and eventually has hundreds of people contributing to it from all over the country, maybe all over the world, and just adding to it piece by piece, telling different parts of the human experience. There are some general ideas that I think should be core to the identity of NulZuid, its values, for lack of a better word. I believe very much in democracy, so I am currently the benevolent dictator of NulZuid. And if you wanted to work with me, that would end immediately. I am dictator of day one. Oh no. I am dictator until there are other people in the band, until it's not just me. And then it can be about bringing what we want to see into the world. That might be my favourite part of this island thing. We've got the stream here, which I'm only calling it a stream, but it is the river. It just so happens that it is, okay, if I walk a little bit further and I'm in the light, then it's easier to see. See? Okay. Oh, there we go. Bit more light, bit more light, bit more light. This thing over here, you can probably just make out, is the tip of the island. Splits it off into this stream here. Rest of the river carries on as per usual. And it's a fast flowing river too, so it really changes things because this is going so slowly. It's a nice bit of geography. Probably partially man-made, but I mean, yeah, that's a statement on humanity. I would like to think of myself as part of a species that improves the world in little ways, rather than a species that is slowly destroying things. I once tried to convince everyone in my school in year 5 that I was an alien from the planet Saturn. I was a Tarvak, because I thought it was stupid that people would refer to like aliens as being, you know, from whatever planet it is. A Vulcan is from planet Vulcan. That's stupid. That's idiotic. Makes more sense. Are we humans? Is this the planet Hume? Sorry, let's get that right around. Is this the planet Hume? Are we humans of the planet Hume? No. Are we Eartheri? That would be nice if that was our species name. That would make a bit more sense, add a bit more consistency. However, you are forgetting, and how could you forget? How dare you? You're forgetting that the majority of the species on this planet are not us. Therefore, considering that there's more than one species, it's a bit stupid if any species is named after the planet. Insane trope in science fiction. Okay, so I ended up rambling for a bit too long and my phone ran out of storage, so I had to delete some files. However, I have a visitor. We have a guest. There's an otter. There he is. And he keeps popping up to have a look at me. He did jump onto the land for a little bit and then he got scared and ran back in. If you would like to join me, like our otter friend, do let me know. I'd really enjoy talking to a lot of you again. Alright, pretty much no storage left, so I'll just sign off. Anyway, everything that you need to contact me, all my links in the description. You can find a list of NulZuid's values on my Blue Sky page. It's good to be back.